Japan has one of the lowest obesity rates in the entire developed world, under 4%. The average Japanese adult weighs less at 60 than they did at 20. And the majority of them have never had a gym membership. No calorie counting apps. No intermittent fasting protocols. No expensive supplements. What they do have are 5 quietly practiced rules, woven so deeply into daily life that staying lean isn't a goal. It is simply what happens when you live this way. Before we get to the rules, understand why they work. Western approaches to weight treat leanness as an outcome to be achieved through effort. The Japanese approach treats leanness as a side effect of living correctly. You do not lose weight by trying to lose weight. You remain lean by never creating the conditions for excess in the first place. This is the fundamental difference, and it is why the Japanese approach lasts a lifetime while diets last weeks. Rule 1. Hara hachi biyu. Eat until you are 80% full. This Confucian teaching, practiced for centuries in Okinawa, Japan's longest-lived region, is not a diet instruction. It is a daily ritual of self-awareness. The science behind it is precise. Your stomach sends its fullness signal to your brain with a 20-minute delay. By the time you feel full, you have already eaten past the optimal point. Hara hachibu is the practice of stopping before that signal arrives. The result across a lifetime is an average 30% fewer calories consumed, without hunger, without restriction, without a single count. Rule 2. Small vessel architecture. The Japanese do not eat from large dinner plates. They eat from small lacquerware bowls, multiple small vessels, each containing a different food, each portion modest. This is not deprivation. This is intelligent design. Research on portion psychology is definitive. We eat what is in front of us. A large plate with modest food looks incomplete. A small bowl full of the same amount of food feels abundant. The Japanese home typically serves meals in 5 to 7 separate small vessels, signaling variety, abundance, and satiety to the brain through diversity rather than volume. Rule 3. Umami. Japanese cuisine is built on the 5th taste, the deep savory richness of miso, dashi, fermented foods, and aged soy. This is not an accident. Umami-rich foods trigger a specific satiety response in the brain that sugar and fat alone do not. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that umami increases the release of gut hormones that signal fullness, specifically CCK and GLP-1. The Japanese eat deeply satisfying food. They are not hungry 2 hours later because their satiety systems have been genuinely activated. Cravings do not arise when you are truly satisfied. Rule 4. Meat. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. The calories burned through all movement that is not deliberate exercise. Walking to the train. Climbing stairs. Standing to eat. Cycling to the market. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows NEAT accounts for between 15 and 50% of total daily calorie expenditure, far more variable between individuals than any gym routine. Japan is one of the world's most walkable societies by design. The average Japanese adult walks between 7,000 and 9,000 steps per day, not as exercise, but as life. Their cities are built for bodies. Their culture expects movement. This alone accounts for much of the weight difference between Japanese and Western populations. Rule 5. Teinei, which translates as careful, deliberate, and respectful attention to what you are doing. In the context of eating, teinei means never eating while distracted. No screens. No rushing. No standing over the kitchen sink. The Japanese eat at a table. They eat with chopsticks, which by necessity slows consumption and increases chewing. They eat in silence or with gentle conversation. Now here is what makes these 5 rules remarkable. None of them require willpower. None of them require deprivation. They are structural changes to how life is arranged, and they compound over time in ways that no diet can. A person practicing all 5 rules simultaneously eats roughly 20 to 30% fewer calories per day than the average Western adult, not through restraint, but through the quiet architecture of their daily life. Over a year, That is the equivalent of losing 15 to 25 kilograms, without ever setting foot in a gym, counting a single calorie, or experiencing a moment of hunger. The deepest rule, the one that underlies all five, is this: in Japanese culture, food is nourishment, not entertainment, not emotional comfort, not reward, not punishment. This is the cultural foundation that makes all five rules possible. When food is nourishment, you eat what your body requires. You stop when it has enough. You choose what supports health because that is the purpose of eating. In the West, we have a complicated, emotionally charged relationship with food that no amount of dieting can fix. The Japanese relationship is simpler. And that simplicity, that quiet, uncomplicated respect for food, is perhaps the most powerful weight management tool ever discovered. You do not need to move to Japan to live by these rules. You can begin tonight. Choose a smaller bowl for your next meal. Put down your phone before you eat. Walk one extra stop before taking the train. Add miso soup, fermented, umami-rich, to your mornings. And the next time you feel the impulse to eat past comfortable, pause. Wait 10 minutes. That pause is hara hachi bu in action. These are not rules that require discipline. They require only attention. And attention, quiet, gentle, consistent, is the Japanese way. Subscribe for weekly Japanese wellness wisdom. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 rules will you try first?